Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Radhakrishnan loves me a lot. That's why I'm here third time or fourth time? Third time. To comment on the assembly session, even before coming for the assembly session, while having breakfast, just to make question papers. At the end of one chapter, allow students to make question papers, as much questions as they can. You finish one chapter, as soon as the chapter is over, ask the students to prepare questions. Generally, the teachers prepare question and ask the students to write answer, right? And most of the teachers are taxed because you have to make question papers. It's a big job. But you don't have to do it. If each student can make 10 questions, that means they have learned the chapter. If you have not learned the chapter, you cannot make good questions, right? So the easiest way is ask the students to make questions. And they will be thrilled because they will feel that they are teachers. They have grown up. They will become serious. Once they get the question paper, you take the question paper, redistribute in the class itself. Okay? And ask them to answer it. So you are answering the question prepared by your own friend. After answering, you redistribute the answer sheet again. Ask them to evaluate. While evaluating, ask them to refer the textbook, whichever way you want. Ask all of them to bring red ink papers and make as many corrections. And generally teachers don't do corrections. We say it's correction, but we don't do correction. We say only right or wrong. How many of you do corrections? Corrections means you are supposed to write the right answer wherever it is wrong. Do you write? Very rarely. We have got a long answer to write. I don't know how many of you. And if some students do not write answer, you are supposed to write it and give it to them. That's what correction is. You don't do that. But once students do themselves, they have the opportunity to write answers to many questions. They can spare a lot of time because they are only evaluating one answer sheet. And they know the subject much better, they can refer. And every student will read answer sheet of somebody else. Generally students don't read their own answer sheets. So they learn the technique of answering in the right style. So a student goes through a learning in the class. Actually, before coming to the class, they are supposed to read and come. If they know that this subject is going to be taught in the class, advise them to read the lesson before, one day early, and then come to the class. If you know the subject and somebody is teaching, your listening capacity increases. If that becomes a knowledge area, your concentration reduces. So if you want the students to attend to you, the best practice is ask them to read and come in the class. It's possible even in maths. Don't think maths is... No, other subjects they can read. How do they read maths? At least they know that they don't know that subject. That itself is enough. And then after that, ask them to write, make question paper. That means they are reading once, listening to the class, making question paper, answering it, evaluating it. Then after the classroom, they will start fighting with the friends. Because their friends only have corrected it. They can't fight with the teachers. That's why they don't come back to you. Otherwise, any correction, if given an option to the students, they will come back to you. Saying that I have written it correctly, why did you do it? Why you did not give me the full mark? Why not only 2 marks, but why not 1.5 marks? These questions keep on coming. But between the students, they will start fighting on the subject. So this I am practicing in my sessions. And I teach this. And this is available on the blog. That blog is 30 points to students. 30 points to students. And 20 points to parents and teachers. That's a blog name. So I was very happy seeing the report which also talks about corporate learning practices. Now, coming to the classroom management. There is a vacant chair there. It's a bad classroom. You understood? Do you like to have your classroom with a vacant chair in the front or vacant chair getting filled? Correct? So generally in my classroom, the person who just sits beside or on the back gets a slap. That's good. Don't allow classroom with vacant chairs in the front. Very strict, very disciplined. If you must come and see my 8th class students who attended 3 classes only. They attended 3 classes. 2 hours session. That means 8 hours they were with me. Now if I stand like this, all of them will hold their hands like this. Not even a single fellow will keep the hand like this, like this, like this. And in the part of the place where I am teaching, the most underdeveloped panchayat in Kerala. That's where I have picked up the students. If you ask any question, if they have to say no, they say, that's a normal practice there. I used to say that I don't want your kisses. And they punish themselves now. That time it's a normal practice because they were practicing for last so many years in their life. 18 years in life, 17 years in life, or 13 years in life. You can't change that in 8 hours. Is it possible? It's not possible. But it's possible to correct themselves if they know that it's a mistake. In that culture that's accepted, even the teachers will answer like that. I had sessions for all the headmisters and headmasters. Ask them some question, they will say, the first I started saying, whenever you do this mistake, keep your hands like this and then slap yourself. So now I can see, hear 2 sounds, one and then slapping sound. So they started punishing themselves. One important thing in the classroom is, you are supposed to teach them the mannerism. The way you sit. Okay? Whether your backs are up or not. Until you want to write something, keep your backs up, shoulder up. Sit straight. It's easy to sit in the easy style. That's why easy chair is given. Okay? But it makes you sick after some time. You don't worry because you're all old people, useless. After some age, people are useless. But you are training the students. Make them to sit properly. No bending left, right and all that. Because you're all learning yoga, right? And you learn asana. And sukhasana is one asana. Do you learn sukhasana? No? Sukhasana is the asana which sitting in ease. Dis-ease is not being ease. Dis-ease. Ease is easy. Dis-ease is just opposite to that. That's why it's called a disease. So if you sit in ease for a long time, you will never be in disease. What credit I have to speak about this? I am not sick for last 25 years. So I have the credit. I am a yogi by my activities. I am a meditation master from Himalaya. I teach meditation and yoga. And I practice it. So sit straight in the classroom. Make it a practice in your classrooms. Nobody will keep on doing making you beautiful. You are beautiful otherwise. Don't have to check whether I am beautiful or not. Keeping the dress perfect like this. You are uneasy. These are all called uneasy. Right? When you are uneasy, you start doing this. You don't have to. In a classroom, no, you imagine if every fellow does these small movements, the teacher gets upset, right? In the maths class, which is very easy because most of the time maths teachers will look at the board but not the students. And many maths teachers look only to the board but not to the students. So in the classroom, don't allow students to become diseased. Sit them, make them to sit straight, chest up. Take a nice deep breath. The backbone has to be straight. Sitting postures, mannerism, the way they keep. See, every moment you are uneasy. See, first, second, third. I'm seeing all of you. See. Believe me, my students in 8th class now, only 8 hours. They will not have any itching. They will not have the scratching, nothing. Just sit straight. And we give them relax the mood also. Maybe after 2 hours of continuous session, we have half an hour break. They can scratch, not themselves, but scratch the other fellow also. Doesn't matter. It's a natural instinct. I have seen schools. I remember Trichur Bharatiya Vidyabhat. You must visit once. I was taking class in May. The humid Kerala makes everyone to sweat. Everyone to sweat. And the sweat was falling down. And the students will not even rub it. They won't rub. They won't raise their hand to rub it once. Let the sweat come and fall. No movements. I've seen such fantastic classrooms. I've seen the worst students in my life also. The experience was in Fujairah, in Oman. Yeah. Oman. When I went to Oman for a class, the headmaster told me, be careful, the students are very mischievous. That was 8 years back. So I was not this experienced in talking to students. That was a wonderful experience for me. The headmaster told, be very careful, students are naughty, they will disturb you. 11th and 12th class students. I said, don't worry, enough experience to going to different schools and teaching and all that. So all that experience is useless because this is a different type of school. I said, fine, dekhenge. Let me see how does it go. I went there. All the students were much fatter, well built, like slight mustache. 10th class, 12th class students. Because it's an international school with the Afghanistan people, Iraq people, Lebanon people. It's a really international school. But headmaster told me, you don't have to worry. We have put few PT masters. You know what's PT master? The drill teachers there. Generally schools will have 1 or 2 drill teachers, right? He said we have 20 of them. Because they are the people who can control. They are like police fellows said that. Generally drill teachers are very strict. Maths teachers are more strict, but after that the drill teachers are strict. As I entered the classroom, I was searching where are the drill teachers. But all of them look like drill teachers. So I could not distinguish. I started the class, but after some time, after an hour, I asked them, where are your drill masters? The PT teachers. I said, please lift the hands. All of them lifted their hands. So they were not with me anyway. So 2 hours passed. After 2 hours, I asked the same question again. Please tell me now, my dear students, where are your drill teachers? They're all very good to me. Then they said, in the next room, we have locked them up inside the next room. So 20 of the drill teachers were locked up by the 80 students there. I'm telling you, real experience. So I have seen the worst students, the best students also. Your class has to be a class for all means. Most of the maths teachers are very strict teachers. They don't entertain any questions. Correct? If they ask some questions, they'll say, come to me at 4 o'clock in my room, I will show you what real maths is. I think a good teacher is a teacher who makes There was one question in one of the teachers' day. On internet, somebody asked me a question. Who is a good teacher? Who is a good teacher? Can anybody of you give me an answer for this? Who inspires? Not to come to class? They feel enough of it. Who is a good teacher? Good. Who inspires is a good teacher. Again, something more. Anything more? Who is the good teacher? Close your... Good communicator? Most of the politicians are good communicators. Anybody?
Whose class discipline? Whose class disciplined only by the teaching?
Disciplined by the teaching. We don't insist to teaching, but people feel that they have to be disciplined. Is it that? Okay, so who can answer all the questions? Is it so? Close your eyes and think of one teacher who taught you in your life. Who comes to your mind first? Only one teacher. Maybe many of them are there, but one teacher. Think of one teacher who inspired you, who loved you, whom you love as of now. Tell me one example. Who is that? Who is the teacher who came to your mind now? Which class? 11th and 12th. After that you did graduation? After that you did B.Ed? In PG? No PG. So you have studied another 5 years, and before that you had another 9 years of teachers. But you only remember one teacher. Why? She was beautiful?
Actually, beautiful.
Yes.
Different thing that is there.
So he agrees that, okay.
He has some beautiful qualities.
Yeah.
Good things are there. Like the cooperative, every time they work hard to teach us. Even after the schooling, because our school is daytime school. But after schooling and before schooling, they call us in their room also, where he teaches us, and in the classrooms also well, and helpful. After that, our 12th, when we passed out that, after that, they came to our home and inspired also. Okay. After that. However, they were from 50 to 60 kilometers away from.
So that means who has interest in teaching? Correct, no? Anybody else want to share? Anybody else?
Now, I have remember one teacher. His name is Saudara Suryakant Pawar. He is from Maharashtra. He didn't teach me anything as a teacher, but we worked together in a school 2 years. So he used to share many of his ideas across during my stay there. I like him because he always understands the students in a proper way, and one day he has given one idea regarding how a school should be. I liked it very much, and that idea is like this. Nowadays, most of the schools, morning to evening, the classes, the students are getting fed up with classes. Only teaching. So what idea he has given me is, he said that a school should be only for 2 hours every day. Only 2 hours, the students should learn a little bit mathematics, some science and social. And they should be allowed to be exposed to the society for throughout the day. Like they should be given most of the time for games, and they should be taken to market, and they should be trained some cultivation, how to grow some plants, and how to grow some plants with these fruits, and they should be given some training in communication to improve their communication skills every day. And nowadays there are many life skills. So suppose a student is studying in class from first class to 10th class, and suppose he is not learning swimming. So swimming is a life skill. He is not learning swimming, but he knows mathematics, science is very all the subjects. But it is also important that one or the other moment in his life or in her life, it saves the life. Swimming. Like swimming and the martial arts, driving, and being exposed to the society, all these things are very important along with his classroom teaching. So whatever his idea shared with me, that inspired me a lot. And I could see the 2 years of my stay in school that every student likes him, every student loves him. So I love him, I like him.
Good.
He's my best teacher.
Good. Probably they love him because he proposed 2 hours of teaching, rest of the others. But I believe the other way. You have 24 hours in your life per day, right? Anyway, we are coming to the time management later, but I will give clues now. 24 hours a day. Yes? How many hours we spend on learning? Even when the regular schooling happens, not more than 6 hours, right? 6 hours in the school, maybe 6 hours in the classroom. In 6 hours, how many hours people are getting
Every moment.
concentration?
Every moment you are learning.
Every moment?
You are learning.
That's great. Learning for a purpose. Learning good lessons. Many people have thought process which is not learning. They keep on thinking the same thing again and again and waste much of their time. Creative thinking, creative learning happens very, very rare. When I say learning, it's not seeing. Learning is really learning. Even when the teacher teaches in the classroom, how much is one period given to you? 40 minutes? 45 minutes. Why? Why not the whole day maths, next day science, next day social studies? Easy to make timetable. The teachers don't have to run from one class to another class. Why is it given 45 minutes? Why? Why is it required? Not more than 20 minutes anyone can concentrate on a topic continuously. That's the psychology. Exceptionally good students, yes. But then why classrooms are not 20 minutes, why 40 minutes? Because in a classroom, teachers teach less than 20 minutes. Rest of the time they take pause. Continuously nobody speaks. I am now speaking probably 50 words per minute. I can speak 100 words per minute also. Why I am slow? Because you have to get tuned to me. My vocabulary is slightly different. My phonetics is different. My pronunciation is different. And my English is slightly different. It's not English, it's Manglish, Malayalam mixed English. I don't speak British English, I don't speak American English. I don't speak Hunglish, no Hindi mixed English. It's not my mother tongue, it's my other tongue. So definitely you will have a problem in understanding other tongue. I'm sure half of you must be struggling inside. What is this? Is it the way to pronounce? But when I speak to English people, I speak entirely different. So each time you are hearing, but are you listening? There is a great difference between hearing and listening. One is hearing and another one is listening. Hearing to listening is a big process. Most of the teachers are beggars. Most of the teachers are beggars. They are all beggars. You know why? Please listen, please listen. Every teacher in the class keep on saying, please listen. Why? Because the teacher knows nobody is listening, but they are hearing. When you give an equation, x plus y into x minus y is equal to x square minus y square, they hear that, but they don't listen. Hearing means x square plus y square equal. All these are hearing. But there is a meaning within that. Mathematics is not in the line, but it is between the line. Mathematics is not in this line. There is one line here, there is another line here, right? Where is mathematics? Mathematics is between this line. That means the relation between this and this is mathematics. That only mathematics people will understand. And how many of you really make students to learn this and use it in their classroom? Then if they do it, that's thinking. If they don't use it, it's not thinking. It's just hearing. You hear the sound of the fan. Many people hear the sound of the fan and spend a lot of time. Is it learning? When you travel, you will see a lot of boats, bars, next barber shop, textile shop. Are you learning anything by seeing it? You just glance through that. Listen to music. You just enjoy it. So most of the thought process, the panchendriya which we have, seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, tasting, there is no learning at all. So every moment we don't learn. Very rarely people learn. If you learn, you are a human being. If you don't learn, you are an animal. Vivekananda says, education is for man making. Education is for man making. That means if you learn, you become a human being. If you don't learn, you don't become a human being. Learning and teaching, that is the habit of human being. That's the only difference between animal and human being. Every animal also learns. Animal learns, right? They look at things and learns. But do they teach? Have you seen any dog taking classes to dogs? That's the only difference between human being and animal. No other difference. Can you say any other difference between human being and animal? Other than this?
Their learning is very limited.
Where?
Their learning is very limited and human being learning is broad.
We anticipate the requirement of learning, but they don't anticipate the requirement of learning. That's why we are learning more. Many of us learn useless things, right? Which is never used in our life. But animals will learn what exactly they want to use. They don't learn anything which they don't want to use in their life. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maidunani, Samani, Chaitani, Nranam, Pashunam. Jnanam Naranam, Adigo Vishesho, Jnane Bihina, Pashubi, Samana. Aharam, human being and animal, they were equal. They are not equal now. Look at my grammar. There is a mistake, you must tell me that. But note it down. Don't miss all the other classes if I make a mistake. Aharam, while writing this poetry long back, Aharam, Human being and animal used to be equal, but today they are not equal. That's why I said. Today no dog will eat if it do not want to eat. No dogs eats if it do not want to eat. If the stomach is full, if you give some more, they will throw it. But human being, stomach is full also, you will eat. Why to waste it? No, anyway. Anything to be wasted, you can put inside. So this is the best wasted dabba which people carry. Ahara, nidra. Every animal gets up as soon as it wakes up. If it is not sleepy, it will not lie down. And do we get up as soon as we wake up? When do you get up? When do you get up? Alarm. Alarm makes you to get up. That means you are waking up and then waiting for the alarm sound, right? Let it ring, then I will wake up. Actually, you are not waking up, but you already woke up waiting for the alarm sound. Are you not wasting time? You know who calls you first in the early morning? Who wakes you up in the morning? Is there any problem? Language problem? Who wakes you up in the morning? Concept problem? Who wakes you up in the morning? That's wonderful. But we believe in Bharatiya Shastram, Brahma wakes you up in the morning. And that moment is called Brahma Muhurta. Brahma, the god of creativity, calls you up. Shashikumar. I will say, Poda. I don't care, you go. I have to sleep. The time when God calls you, you put one more, cover the bed sheet and then turn left and then sleep again. Tell him, no, go. But then throughout the day we keep calling God, God will say Poda. He will not care. Poda means go man in Malayalam. So if you don't listen to the God, the early morning, when God calls you, and most of the people sleep again. I used to ask small kids, what do you do as soon as you wake up? Go back to sleep. That's what all of us are doing, right? No animal will do that. As soon as it wakes up, it jumps. Ahara, nidra. Really sleepy, that time only people go to sleep. But it's 11 o'clock, I have to go to sleep. That means our sleep is decided by the watch, not nature. Okay, there is best way to, you want to change your life from tomorrow onwards, you and your family, everybody will get up as soon as you wake up. You want to change tomorrow onwards? You want to change your pattern? Yes? Not enough. Answer me. Not enough. Louder. Not enough. That's it. You see? I'll give you another technique for that. Now let us talk about as soon as you wake up, how do you get up? How do you do that? What she says is correct. You must make nature call up. How do you do that? Drink 3 liters of water at night and sleep. Morning, definitely you will jump up, right? So it's the only way. Make your nature score up so that you will, and that's the best way to clean your body. Why people are dull? They are not able to listen because the body is not perfect. People don't even drink water. My classrooms, in special class which I am taking now, we have bought water bottles everywhere. Everybody is given with a water bottle and he has to finish it in 4 hours. 2 hours he finish, I am happy. People must drink water. Why people don't drink water? Generally, not here. In the classrooms, Not in your schools because the toilets are not clean, bathrooms are not clean, and you don't mind carrying unclean things inside you. Don't want it to flush it out, right? Safe deposit at home back in the evening. Clean your body, then only you can work, concentrate, your indriyas will be up. If somebody is falling asleep, that's because they are sick. You don't require, how many hours of sleep you require? 6 hours, 8 hours? No. Count your number of hours of sleeping, it's very, very less. People go to bed and pretend that you are sleeping. Actually, you don't require. If you have sufficient work for tomorrow, do you get sleep today night? Do you feel upset tomorrow morning while doing the work? No. You are sleepy because you have no interest in the job. Physical stature will support you. Mental stature will never support you. You can sit in a class, how many hours? Continuously. How many hours you can sit in a class and concentrate? The psychology says 20 minutes, right? But how many hours maximum stretch you can sit, you tell me? How many hours you experienced listening to somebody continuously? Now this training period, morning till evening, 6 hours you are listening, right? Have you ever been sitting like this? Even your college days, I think you skip classes, right? B.Ed class also you skip. And you have moments. But here once like me, somebody comes, full day I am taking. Getting bored with the same fellow, at least I should change my kurta and come. Is it not? Is it possible? Is it possible to listen to someone for 6 hours? Very difficult, right? Last month, March, I had a session for hotel management students. The hotel management students are trained for working more than their hours. They have to do night job. Probably if somebody continues up to 8 o'clock, if the second shift nobody comes, he cannot go. She cannot go. So the principal wanted me to train them for 16 hours of continuous job, whether they are fit for that. I said I will train them. But give me a classroom with no window shutters open to sun. Only PowerPoint presentations and few lectures. They are not open to the sky. They have a toilet, bathroom, everything close by. Asked all of them to remove their watch and keep it outside and come. All of them kept their watch out. 9:30 I started the class. We had lunch break at 5 o'clock in the evening. So they thought this 8 hours is 3 hours. So the biological clock was set upset. We had a nice lunch at 5 o'clock. And we had a tea break at 10:30 night. And I said the class is over by 2 o'clock. Late night 2 o'clock I said your class is over. Now it's 5 o'clock, you can go home. They all went out. They saw that it is too dark. When watches were given, they said 2 o'clock. Now what should I do? How can we go home? I said don't go home. Come back and sit in the class. We gave instruction to the office that no students will be coming back home today. We are all going to sit in the class. Only one lady had a small child. So slowly she was taken out of the class at 5 o'clock in the evening to send her back. The whole students sat in my class for 20 hours continuous. 5:30 when I stopped the class, they want me to continue. I couldn't because I have another class at some other place where I have to travel 3 hours. And I had 3 sessions on the next day, which ended up 11 o'clock night. So that means I was teaching continuously for 40-45 hours. I am not tired. Don't say that I am feeling sleepy, I am tired. It's because you have no interest in what you are doing. If you love to do it, you will never fall asleep. You will never fall tired. You have no headache. You may have severe headache sitting in the class. It's just because you don't love the class. You go to a cinema. Is there anyone who says severe headache, I am not able to concentrate, I am not able to follow the cinema? Is there anyone? Is there anyone who says, I am not able to follow the cinema and throw the ticket and go out of the cinema theatre? The same person, when they sit in the class, they say no concentration, but in cinema theatre 2.5 hours full concentration, yeah? Yes or no? Don't they concentrate? Why they are able to concentrate in the cinema theatre but not in the classroom? Because there it is Hrithik Roshan and Sushmita Sen and all that. Here it's you and me. When you see a movie, 1 second you have 100 frames. 1 second, 100 frames. 100 pictures are coming in front of you. Okay? Digitally. Earlier it used to be 60 or 70 or 90. 100 pictures in front of you. So in 1 minute, क्या maths teachers है? 6,000. Yeah, good, great. And in 1 hour? Who said 36? Keep your hand on your head. 36 if you say. 3,60,000. And 2 hours? Minimum 2 hours movie, right? 7,20,000 pictures in front of you in 2 hours. 7,20,000 pictures in front of you minimum in 2 hours. Take one picture from that, and that is what is made as poster. Do you have to think to understand this poster is from this movie? Instantaneously the answer comes. Oh, this poster, this is the movie. Correct, no? That means in 2 hours, 7,20,000 pictures can be by-hearted by any one of us. This brain is much more brilliant than what you think you are. This brain has that capability, but only thing you must program it for that. In classroom, you must be able to make your students to program brain for accepting things. It's done. I think I will not excuse you further, but last excuse. Tell me.
Sir, you told that it was 7,20,000. Sir, it is actually, from my point of view, it is less. Because when one frame is there, complete picture, one shot is there, suppose it is of 1 minute. After 1 minute when there is next shot, then between that there is a gap. That gap we cannot see, we see the regular film. That combined with only this that we can see this noise there, that we cannot distinguish that we see the running picture.
I think I will give you a special class on image processing plus film making, because I am also a film critic and a journalist of film. And I am on image processing for 20 years. What you said is wrong. I work in image processing, video processing.
Actually, sir, when there is one shot is going on, there is one frame.
That's what I am trying to say. I will teach you specially on this. I will teach you specially on the video imaging. Okay? There are frames where changes are not there, then it's not called video. Every film, there may be art films where people don't move. But today movies are so fast moving. When you have a dance roll and all that, thousands of them. When I said 7,20,000, if it happened to be 7,19,000, please pardon me for that. He don't listen anything. There are some students who don't listen anything. He's just check on that 7,20,000 number. All other conceptual thing which I am trying to say is useless for him. When I said this, it was not for the number which I said this. You must understand the concept behind it. My idea was not to contradict the number 7,20,000 or 7 lakh. What was the idea? Idea was to tell you people have that good brain where people can realize it. But you have a problem that's generally called, what is that? Mastalgia, mathematics algia. That's a disease. They only look at number, concept is not with them. So that's why I said I will not pardon you for this. There are some people with English problem. You know what happens? When we speak something, we say he go to temple. He go to temple. Is there any mistake? What is that? Goes to temple. Correct, no? A person who learned grammar will not understand where he goes, who goes. He only understand he means goes has to be there. And the concept is not gone to him, only that grammar is in him. And he will stay hearing the lecture 2 hours. Before the teacher goes, I have to teach him that he goes, not he go. And all the 2 hours class goes waste for him. The 2 hours, he was only thinking how to catch this man. Is he listening in the class? Such people, they don't listen in the class. So, open your brain, scrap it well, shut out it. Functional things have to be understood. Otherwise, you are wasting sitting in the class. Okay? Don't worry about this 7,20,000 or is it 7 lakh. Sir, if it is an art movie, I can give you a better example. If it's a Tom and Jerry, only 2. Correct, no? You take any poster, you know it's Tom and Jerry. Only 2 characters are there. I can give you better examples and contradict to this. But when we say this, it's for a concept to understand. That's what is to be understood. You understood? You're clear? Hold your hands like this. Take a deep breath. All of you take a deep breath like this. And hit your neighbor. And rub your eyes. Rub your eyes. It gives you extra energy. Whenever you take a deep breath, automatically your backbone becomes straight. The best way to energize you is to take a deep breath like this. Full lungs. And then expand it. Fresh. Okay? You're okay now? So listen. Don't hear. Okay? So ahara, nidra, we have good brain. But what happens is, only in deep sleep, your indriyas are shut. Only in deep sleep, your indriyas are shut. All other time, your indriyas are active. Even when you are on the bed, eyes are closed, you are not seeing, but you are listening. There are people who can't sleep without fan. The fan is not required. Sound should come. So somebody got a new fan. He said, no, send it to some repairer. Make some sound. No, otherwise I am not getting sleepy. So it's the sound of the fan which is a meditative music for him. Just, oh, no, I am not feeling sleepy. Why? The fan is not making sound, yeah? So your ear is functioning. Even when you are in deep sleep, your skin is functioning. That's why when the mosquito comes and hits, you don't get sleep. Can you sleep with all the indriyas closed? That sleep is real sleep. If you sleep like that, 2 hours, 3 hours is more than enough. You don't have to sleep more time. Because you are not sleeping, you want 8 hours of rest. If you are sleeping, you don't require sleep. If you don't have to sleep, take some half an hour meditation. It's equivalent to sleeping. You will not fall sick after that. No headache, nothing like that. No diseases at all in your life. You can just take care of your body. So nidra is enough, little. It all depends on which character you have, what food you are eating, what job you have tomorrow, how mindset you have. That's why I said when tomorrow you have something to do, you lose sleep today because your mind is upset. Can you have a mind which will never become upset? Possible. That's called a samadhi. You are learning yoga, right? Yes? Don't call learning yoga. Yoga can never be learned. It's to be attained. It's to be reached. Yoga means, in mathematics, yoga means what? Union. Right? So yoga means union. Have you ever thought about this when somebody said yoga? Your mathematics brain, yeah? Your mathematics brain should work like this. Yoga, union, where? Union with what? Yes, union, you with God is yoga. You joining to God, reaching God's level is what is yoga. To reach that, you need 8 steps. What are 8 steps? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samana. Yama is non-violence, not that Yama who comes after death. Yama is non-violence. There is only one person who practiced Yama and he is very famous in this world. Who is that? Mahatma Gandhi. See, first step only one person reached. All other Swamijis are there, so many sannyasis. They teach asana. But they are violent, not non-violent. They get angry very fast. Okay? So Yama, Niyama. Niyama is what? Don't become non-violent. How many of you eat non-vegetarian? Non-veg, shavam. Dead body eaters. Anything which is dead body, right? I eat. How many of you eat non-veg? Dead bodies. Be truthful to yourself, not half non-veg, full non-veg. Yeah. Lift your hands up totally. Great fellows. Wonderful. All dead body eaters, I have got a nice prescription in the early morning. You must eat the best non-veg available in the world. Best non-veg is what? The dead body of the best animal in the world. Which is the best animal? Human being, right? So you must eat only. When you eat non-veg, you are also drinking blood. When you eat non-veg, you are also drinking blood. Because every bit of meat contains blood inside that. When you kill an animal, 20% blood is only going out. 80% is inside, clotted. So think you are drinking blood. Rakshasas. No Rakshasa can reach yoga. So what is the point in learning yogasana where you are a violent person, not non-violent? A killer. The killer. And when you drink blood, see, any disease is detected through I cannot stop because there are some. Don't disturb me, I'm in a class. Okay. So when I am a counseling person, so I counsel people on their psychiatric problems. I get calls at the verge of, there are times when I used to switch off my mobile. There are few people who committed suicide. At the verge of totally lost period, they call for some help. Sometime when we counsel, they get their life back. There are 6 suicides because I didn't attend their calls. So it's somebody's life which I'm attending sometime. Okay, if it's not, I will say don't disturb. So when the blood is clotted, now any disease which you have, blood test is what is given, right? How do you know the animal which you are eating do not have a cancer? Animal do not have any other disease. It may have some disease, right? So if it has some disease, what will happen? You will also get it. And while somebody gets a slap, what mood you will have? What mood you will have? You'll be happy? When somebody comes to slaughter you, kill you, take your head off, won't you have anxiety? Won't you have tension? Won't you have worries? How do you get all these qualities? Nice good qualities of this revolting. Where do you get it from? It's all in your body chemistry. When you get angry, your cheeks becomes reddish. Is it not? When you get angry, your cheeks become reddish. The eyebrow will go up and down. The wrinkles will start coming, and sometime your hand will go up. Why does it happen? Because the body chemistry influences you a lot. Your stomach will start burning when you get angry. Adrenaline will start developing. And the body chemistry determines your character. The whole body chemistry determines your character. Very evident example I will give you. You want to change your mood from unhappy to happy? Change the chemistry of your body. How? One peg in the evening. A person who is smiling, give one peg, he will start his old love stories and start crying. Correct, no? Somebody who is crying, very talkative, give him one drink, he will sit in a corner. Somebody who is sitting in a corner, change his chemistry, one peg, he will start banging. So you can change the chemistry of individual to change the character. That means swabhavam. Character depends on the chemistry of the person. Yes? So you can change the chemistry to change the person. Here you are changing the person to this level not by changing chemistry, diluting chemistry. That's why drinking water is very good. How do you do that? Non-violent, first of all. If somebody is violent, stop it. Please wait, I will make you non-violent. What is the technique? One bottle, give him one bottle, drink. Somebody is scolding you, please wait, I will give you one bottle of water. Scold me after drinking water. Is it possible to somebody hold for some time when they get angry? Is it possible? Your husband or wife, somebody is coming to hit you, say hold one bottle of water. One bottle for me because I must also have energy. Otherwise my chemistry will change. Let me dilute my chemistry. You also dilute, I also dilute. Best practice, try this at home. You're not married? Yeah, but keep this. Now after one bottle again they want to scold, one more bottle. Some 3-4 bottles are over, they go. And all the pressure will go there and say no problem. They come back and see what for we are scolding, yeah? What was trouble? So your chemistry is what is changing you in your life. Therefore, if you want to have non-violent self-discipline next, that's must. Every student of you should have a good self-discipline. Then asana. If these two you have, then you can have asana. Asana is only for body. That too, not at the age of 30-40 you should start asanas. Do it in the early age. You want to learn the best asana? Yes? Ready? Come here. Stand there. There in front. Everybody can see. Hold your fingers. Hold your fingers like this. Yeah. Cross your legs. Cross your legs like this. And hold it like this. Touch the elbow to the ground. Touch your elbow to the ground. Little in front. Little in front. Right. No. You can bend your knee. Bend your knee. No problem. Bend your. Yeah. That's it. That's it. 108 times. 108 times per day. That's the best exercise in the world. No joke. I'm not joking. You just do this 108 times per day, you will become physically fit. You have to do this only in front of one God. Who is that? You have to do this in front of one God. Which is that God? Ganesha, right? What Ganesha says? Ganesha says, if you don't do like this, you will become like me. You want to be physically fit? All other gods are physically fit. Krishna, Shiva, all of them dance well. But what we do, we push Ganesha inside, dance well. Especially Maharashtra people are like that. Started from Maharashtra, right? So your physical structure has to be good. That's why asana is prescribed. If you have to have a good concentration, physically you have to be fit. Some people are fit in the evening. That's not enough. Started teaching yoga, said no, morning we will become fit. Sir, yesterday evening itself I am totally fit. So yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, nice breathing practice. That's what pranayama is. Anayasena shwasam. Anayasena shwasam. That's what pranayama is. Not like why you are anyway troubling the whole body. Why? At least breathing has to be clean. Anayasena shwasam. Not exerting yourself into any practice. Don't do over exercise. Many people fall sick because they do pranayama in the wrong style. Pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga samaraha. Ayukta abhyasa yogena sarvaroga samudbhavaha. Do pranayama in the right style, no disease will come to you. Do pranayama in the wrong style, every disease will come to you. Ayukta abhyasa yogena sarvaroga samudbhavaha. Sarvaroga samudbhavaha. All diseases will start in you. So good body, good mind together makes you physically fit, mentally fit. Mentally means? We don't know what is mentally. Where is mind? Here your mind. Is your mind is here? This is brain. What is the translation of mind? Where is your mind? It's a big confusion because English is a language which do not have many varieties. In Sanskrit and our language, mother tongue, in Indian language, we have lot of words, but English they are poor in number of words. Emotion. But what is that for English? Where does this happen? When I say strong mind, is it buddhi is good? Do you think that buddhi is good? A person who is intelligent, does it mean he has a strong mind? He has a fertile mind. Yeah? Willpower, where is it willpower? In your body, where is this willpower comes from? Emotion comes from where? Desire comes from where? Is it from the buddhi? No. It's from manas. Right now? It's from manas. Manas when you translate you get mind. Mind when you translate you get buddhi. That's because English is handicapped. Because the English people don't have mind. They don't have manas. They don't have feelings. We have feelings. So hridayam. Where is your hridayam? When we say hridayam, love, you put an arrow mark there, right? Where does it happen? It happens in manas, no? It is in manas. But it is in heart. But heart is not manas. Buddhi is not manas. Manas is not heart. Heart is not mind. There is some confusion here. You have this confusion? Yes? Yeah, that's my success. I want to make people confused. Then only people will think. I have a poetry. I am a poet. The book is Life of Love. In which I have a poetry in which the poet, me, gets a heart attack. Heart attack, right? Then what he does? I am taken to doctor and doctor says, you will have an open heart surgery. I said, don't open my heart, there is secret inside. Because we keep our secrets inside our heart. Oh, sweet heart. And some people don't understand this because they have given their heart to someone else. Their heart is at home. They are physically here. Kya lover? So you can't have your heart here. There is no point in sitting in the class. So what is required? Your heart has to be controlled. How do you heart control? Manas control. How do you do the manas control? Through body you can control. Through manas you can control the body also. If your manas is good, accepting the class, your headache will go. If your class is boring, who says boring? Manas says it's boring. Then headache will come. That's why when you see a movie, you will have no headache. Soon after going out of the theatre, oh, headache. Why all this time 2 hours? That's forgotten because you are enjoying. While enjoying, no problem. Body is fit. Sharira manaso yoga parasparam anuvrajit adhara adheya bhavena taptajya khadayoriva. Anything you understood? Good, that's great. I can say anything now. Sharira manaso yoga. Shariram is body. Manas, if you have, you will understand. Sharira manaso yoga. They are again yoga. Joined in such way. What is the way? If body is heated up, manas will automatically get heated up. Body is cool, manas also will become cool. Taptajya khadayoriva. As a bartan. If you have got a copper bartan or iron bartan, pour water. If it is hot, water will get heated up. If water is hot, bartan is cold, you pour inside that, bartan will get heated up. Water will get cooled. So shariram and the manas have to be controlled like that. Mutually exclusive. Related, dependent parameters. So in a class, it's more important to have physically fit, emotionally attached. If you start teaching only through brain, classroom becomes boring. If it is through emotion, it becomes best. Agraham has to be there. Otherwise, classroom becomes boring. After some time, you fall sick. How do you make the classroom emotionally attractive? How do you make it? You can dump informations, but let the people feel, oh, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. That want, the desire has to be there in the heart. Do your students have the desire to learn? If they don't have, you pour information, that becomes boring. If they have a desire, you pour, it becomes interesting. Simple. Ask your colleagues which teacher was good, he will give some other example. Why? Their desire and this teacher's supply was not matching. It's a nice breakfast. Why? We had dosha and chutney. Why? Because I love dosha and chutney. Assume you like puri bhaji. What you will say? Kya breakfast hai? Supplied things are same, but your demand is different. Can you make your students to demand what you can give? Then your class becomes a class. Your class becomes a class. Make your students to feel that, oh, this is important. Every math teacher, when they go, maths class here, boring. Why? Maths class is boring. Why? Maths teacher is boring. Have you given any tip for them to make them feel maths is great? Do you make them to feel, no? If I learn maths, I will be the best person. Give them examples like this. Can you? I'm sure each one of you can. You can make a difference in your classrooms and they start loving you. I opted mathematics not because of my love to maths. I love all the topics. I love chemistry, I love physics, I love history, I love geography. Just because my maths teacher was good, I loved maths more. We all have every subject in our background, right? Up to 10th class we learned all subjects. Maybe 11th and 12th you again dropped out to something. But why did you become this? Just because there was nothing else available. It happened to be, I used to say people choose career because It's like a crow getting into a ship which is anchored. They get into the ship goes. You have no option. Now you have to be teacher throughout your life. You have no other option. So in life, assume you have a discipline, a heart, a love to something. You don't require all this. You will reach into samadhi. The ultimate is samadhi. What is samadhi? That's what is yoga is. Ultimate is samadhi where yoga comes. What is yoga? Ultimate samadhi. When you drive a car, when you cook, do you use your buddhi? Do you use your buddhi? When you drive, do you use your buddhi? In the beginning, you will use buddhi. If an expert driver, if you are learning driving, when you drive, somebody talks, you will say, don't talk. My concentration will go. But if you are an expert driver, what you will do? You will start listening to music, you will start telephoning to someone, you will also talk to somebody, you will look around, all that is possible. A new driver drives like this. An expert driver will relax and drive. A good learner is one who learns in ease. That state is called samadhi. While cooking, will somebody measure the salt, measure the mirchi powder and then add it, or just takes it and put it? In the beginning, half spoon, 3/4 exactly measures because the book says so. It's through brain. But if it is through heart, you will experience learning. There are two ways of learning. Experiencing learning is something which is to be done. This formula you teach in the classroom, right? Have you ever used this? What is 74 into 86? Who will give me the answer fast? 74 into 86, very fast. 74 into 86, give me the answer, that's what I want. Pardon? How did you get it? Yeah. So it's the direct application of what you are seeing formula, right? I'm sure how many of you will try this if I don't write this equation here. If I just ask you that, it would not have been used, right? Sure, no? How many of you teach this in the classroom? Tell students, ask this question. As soon as you teach this formula, if the book does not give that example, why can't you identify an example and give it to them? Which they practice. Do you know what will happen to your students? As soon as they go out of the class, they start. Tell me, 32 into 28, they will start fighting each other for this. Maths becomes a game for them. How do they do that? With the desire. How do they do that? They don't use their buddhi. It just happens. So learning can be just not a brain. Many people say learning through by heart. By heart is bad, right? By heart is not bad. It is by heart. What people generally do is by brain. Don't by brain your knowledge. By heart your knowledge. Experience your knowledge. Once you experience it, that becomes casual. And you have no bhayam. Otherwise people start fearing. Learning becomes a fearful experience for them. Why? Because they don't enjoy. Can you make your students to enjoy the class? Yes, you can. So, ahara, nidra, bhayam. Bhayam is equal for human being and animal. We have more bhayam, more eating, more sleeping. Extra is only learning and teaching. Jnanam naranam adigo vishesho jnane bihina pashubis samana. Jnanam naranam adigo vishesho. Knowledge is extra to human being. What sort of a knowledge? Knowledge which can be used in samadhi states where no strain, no tension, calm, cool. Enjoy. Every moment enjoy. If you enjoy the moments, will you fall sick? Every moment is enjoying, do you fall sick? Every moment is learning with happiness, does it become boring for you in the class? Do you feel sleepy in the class? You can never sleep if it is enjoyment for you, right? So you don't require a deep sleep for longer time, 2 hours deep sleep. But as soon as you wake up, start enjoying. Life itself for me is, you know what's life? Live in full enjoyment. Enjoy every moment of it. Live in full enjoyment. That's what is life. Oh, क्या boring है. छोड़ दो यार. Why are you living in this world if it's so boring? Eh? How many of you are from Kerala? No one. Tamil Nadu? You are from Kerala? Eh? And you are from? Andhra. Okay. Husband. Husband is from Kerala. And wife very invited forever. తెలుగు మాట్లాడతాను నేను కూడా. Okay, good. I was in Andhra Pradesh for 20 years. So I speak Telugu. Any Kannadiga? From Karnataka? No one? Tamil? No? Okay, Maharashtra? Madhya Pradesh? Yeah, this is Madhya Pradesh. Anybody Uttar Pradesh? Yeah, brain is working. Therefore, Uttar Pradesh, brain works for them. Here only stomach works. Kerala is a Shudras. Only leg work for them. Uttaranchal, Orissa, Chhattisgarh. Yeah, they're all Kshatriyas. They protect them. All the war happens in that area. You've seen? They're all Kshatriyas. Muzzle only up. All the time. Chest up. They know how to become powerful. Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. The whole people are inside us. And that's how we live. So when we live in this world, we must have full enjoyment. All are within us. But South Indians generally, they don't enjoy life. How is your life? Chalta hai. Going on like this. Pulling on like this. Jaragata ide. Kannada, else nadita ide. Telugu ippadiye pogarade. Malayalamil ingane pono. You ask Bangla, any Bangla people? Maje meche, right? What do you say? Balu ache? Balu ache? Bangla? Punjab? How is your life? How do you ask in Punjabi? Eh? What do you answer? That means first class. They will only say first class because as the geography of India is, as they come closer to south, it becomes Kanjus. They are much wider on the top. Correct, no? They're all much happier, smiling faces. I used to ask the people in Kerala, going on like, why do you want to go this top of this business? No of living. If you don't enjoy, there is no point in living in this world. If you don't enjoy teaching, you are cheating. If you don't enjoy teaching, what will happen to the students? They will suffer. You may enjoy, but they should not suffer. But if you enjoy, there is a chance that they will enjoy. So make your classrooms really enjoying. If you cannot make your classrooms enjoyable, you are doing a big mistake. Any other job, there is no issue. But in classrooms, you must make them to enjoy every moment. Then only their life will become enjoyable. Otherwise, they will feel no, learning is a big headache. Learning is not at all a headache. And every teacher has to be if it is maths teacher, he is a salesman for maths. He should market maths. They should feel the maths is the best subject. Give some tips. which can be used in smaller classrooms. Which classes you teach? From up to 8th? 9th to 10th also, right? 6th to 10th. Give them some small jokes. The other day I was giving to my students. This year's calendar. This year is 2010, right? Do you know how to give the calendar in terms of maths? 2010 calendar, you know the code of 2010 calendar? I don't know, 400, 351, 362, 402. This is this year's calendar code for me. You ask me any day and date, month and date. I will give you the date. Year, month, date. 2010. 2010. Give me 1 month and date.
25.
Month and date is 25th.
27.
Month and date, yeah.
August 25.
Give that order now.
August 25.
See how programmed and fine-tuned we are. The question is asked, give me month and date. Somebody says 25th, somebody says 2nd February. November 19. So November 19. For November the code is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. November code is 0. So 19 plus 0 equal to 19 modular 7. You know what's modular 7, right? The remainder of that becomes 5. 5 is the remainder, right? If the remainder is 5, 0 is for Sunday, so 5 is Friday, 6 is Saturday, so that is Friday. Small trick, but students will get thrilled, will you not? You know what are you teaching? You are teaching maths. So you can make calendars of how many years? As many years as you want. This could be the starting, and you make calendars and show them. They'll get thrilled. When a teacher teaches, they must feel the subject is great, which is useful for them. So physical, very clear idea. The teacher should have a clear idea. You should not have doubt. Very clear idea. And push it in the right style. Nice words. Good clarity. Come from your heart. The teaching should come from your heart. You are too tired. No interest in the class. You are doing as if you are supposed to, doing it with somebody's pressure. What will happen to the fate of the students? You must have interest in teaching. That has to be a passion for you. When you teach in such a style, maybe 90% of the students will be with you. 10% is fraction, hopeless sometimes. It's enough. You are doing a great service. And teach them some small tricks which they will start playing, at least one trick per day. Make some time, not out of syllabus. Whatever you teach in the class, they will never discuss with their friends, generally. You teach anything outside the syllabus, they will discuss. Correct, no? And why can't you? And a maths teacher teaching English, go to maths class, but starts with some English tips. They'll get thrilled. Will you not there? Oh, my maths teacher, yeah, he knows English also. If maths teacher knows maths, they have no surprise. If they don't know also, they have no surprise. No, you take them to say that you can learn geography through maths. You can learn history through maths. How do history is learned through maths? History is only a graph for me. What's a graph? What's a graph? This is BC, this is AD, and this is 0. Correct? When they read a history textbook, ask them to make a graph. Everything has to be written there. What is that? 3200 BC. What is that happened in 3200 BC? to give example, you must do by heart. Some of this. Not that easy. Because you have to learn history and then only you can demonstrate it. If you are not ready for that, nothing can happen. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa happened in 3200 BC. Ask them to write like this. So in front of them they have a graph. History becomes easy for them. We have seen students with maths talent are weak in history. Why? Because history is no graph in front of them. But you can make that into a graph. And if somebody is interested in geography, your learning can become a graph for them. Indian history you are learning. Ask them to draw geography and then say when Akbar moved from this place to this place, make them to mark it. Draw that. Make pictures out of it. For some students, picture is what is impressive. Make it. I don't know how many of you understand when you write an equation. When you write an equation in algebra to solve x plus y is equal to some number c, x square plus y square is equal to some number d. Solve this. Start substituting back, right? Is it not? For me, this is a geometry, this is a geometry. This is a circle, this is a line. If it does not touch, no solution. If it touch here, get 1 point. If it touches here, you got 2 solutions. Why can't you? You have learned geometry and algebra. But when you ask them to solve, show them this knowledge. They'll get thrilled, you know. But many teachers don't visualize it. Visualizing is what is required. Let any subject in the world, you must be able to visualize it. The classroom is a place where they visualize. Imagination should come. Creativity should come. The god of creativity is Brahma. That is why you have a beard. Brahma of education. Beard is what? You do beard, all common is B. Either BSc or BCom or BA or B.Ed. For everything you should have B common. What is B? Bachelor. What is bachelor? Unmarried. Bachelor means Brahmachari. Brahmachari means what? Not that Malayalam movie. There's a movie, Brahmachari. Mammootty's movie. Brahmachari means what? Brahmam is moving inside that. Brahmam Charikya. Charikya means moving. How does it move? Brahmam is moving there. What is Brahmam? Creativity. Your creativity is moving in education for B.Ed is 2 years or 1 year. 1 year. So Brahmam is moving inside education for 1 year. God only knows where it was moving. The Vice Chancellor gives you certificate saying your Brahmam was moving in education for 1 year. Poor fellow. Your Brahmam is moving means what? Atma is Brahma. Your Atma is inside that. Not Manas alone. Not Buddhi alone. Atma is moving inside that. The Atma movement is reaching when you reach Samadhi. Manas movement is perturbing. Buddhi movement is forcing. Atma is by fault. By default. Your Atma is inside that. My whole Jivita, Chetas, Chaitanyam, the whole life is in that subject. Can you say that? When I am teaching maths, my subject is in my brain, in my heart, in my Atma. Do you feel such a feeling when you are teaching? Your students will also feel that. When I am teaching, do you feel that I am using my brain to teach or my heart to teach now? Now when I am speaking to you, am I using my brain or my manas? Manas. Therefore it reaches into your manas and you will never forget this class. If you take knowledge from your Atma and then provide to the Atma, it can never be erased. You will never forget it. Make the class like this. 2 angles you teach, right? What is this angle called and what is this angle called? Do you have this? 2 lines meet at what angle is this? There are two lines which is possible, right? This angle and this angle. What is the difference? Acute and obtuse angle, right? You know that when two lines meet like this, you get multiple solutions. When you meet like this, you get single solution. That's a theory. How do you get this? You draw this very easy. If you don't draw, confusing. How do you get this? Feel it. Think about it. Let your Brahma be creation be inside that. That's why Brahma is the god of creativity. Brahma is the god of creativity. Who is Brahma's wife? What is her job? Which ministry she belongs to? Education ministry. So if you are educated, you must have creativity. If you are creativity, you have education with you. If Brahma is not there, wife will not be there with you. So catch Brahma, wife will come along with you. As long as you are creative, education is with you. And that creativity is what is given by the B.Tech, B.Ed, Bachelor. Think on education. How I can be the best teacher? Maths. How I can make my maths classroom so effective? What should I do? Create your own style of teaching. No? Students will be with you. They will never get bored. How is it possible you are bored by yourself? Kya maths hai, a boring class. But to finish this class, if you become like that, any other job, you are not making a long-term problem. And every teacher is given wonderfully one tester. You can make any mistakes. And every student is given with a pencil and an eraser at back. No, any other job you cannot make mistakes. It's only profession. But never make mistakes in your life. Let the knowledge flow from your heart to the heart of the students. They will love you. The classroom is such a place where teaching is not through brain but through the heart. And no teaching, it's learning classrooms. You are not there if the students are not there. So who is important? Teacher is important or student is important? Student is important. And the brightest of the brightest, poorest of the poorest does not require teachers. They will never improve. These people don't require you. But who are the students? The medium. And most of the students, 99% are in the medium level. You can make a change in them. You can make a change in them. The classroom is a place where they change their attitude in learning. Therefore, you must know how to get into the mind of the people, the brain of the people, the Atma of them. That's the difference between a station master and a school master. What is the difference? And the school master trains the minds. So you can change. You can train them. The mind is to be changed. Make them inspire. That's what it is. Learning. How many of you feel now you have to be a wonderful teacher in your life? That's what is required. You must feel that, I must become a teacher like him. I must be able to teach like this. How can you do that? Only when you experience the subject you can teach them. You must experience the subject. If you don't experience, you cannot teach them. Okay? So how do you experience? A person who experiences is called an acharya. So you have to be an acharya. And if you are an acharya, how can you teach? How much you can teach? We will come back after the tea break. You have not seen the time, right? If you keep on seeing time, that means class is boring. So it's almost 11:30. You have not seen the watch. That's the marking of the class. If at least 10 people see the watch, that means it's time for me to stop. But I was seeing it because I was told that 11:15 I have to stop. 11:15 in between. Now it's 11:30. Now you know the class can be continuous for hours together. Did you want a break or I gave a break? I gave a break without your wanting, right? So make your classrooms where teachers, students will never fail